everybody, welcome to another edition of A Chapter a Day Keeps the Doctor Away. My name is Alan, otherwise known as He-Swe, and I'm from ReverseThieves.com as well as the Speakeasy Podcast. And this time, I'm looking at Hayate the Combat Butler, Chapter 441. Something about liking octopuses on Sunday reminds me of Mendou-kun, doesn't it? And I have to say, if there was ever proof positive that Kenjiro Hata writes this manga just for me, it was probably chapter 441. Not even in the Hayate movie where they had someone cosplaying as Saber, although that is pretty good proof. Nope, it's this chapter because, oh my god, just after I did my top 11 manga list on the blog, actually on the podcast, what happens but Hada makes a Yoretsu Yatseru reference in the chapter title. And for those who don't know, Yoretsu Yatseru is Rumukyo Takahashi's first big long-running series. Everybody kind of knows Lum, the tiger-striped girl. The girl in the tiger-striped bikini with green hair who shoots out lightning. And one of the characters who is a suitor of Lum is this rich, pretty boy named Mendou. And his family crest is octopuses, and he always gets into octopus-related shenanigans. So, of course, when this story revolves around octopuses, you gotta bring up Mendou. So I was like, oh my god! Oh my god! Of course he likes that series, because he's awesome. So, I was like, cha-ching! And, I gotta look back now at the chapter and see if Mendou appears anywhere. Kind of like how in the last chapter, when they mentioned Squid Girl, you see Squid Girl and the rest of the crew in the background. Now I'm like, man, I should have checked the crowd scenes more for some Lum characters. But, I'll do that after this is done. But, so, few little twists I didn't expect. Oddly enough, I was just thinking, 8 hasn't been in the manga for a while, as have a lot of male characters. And then, boom, who appears in this chapter? But 8 as the mysterious person asking for the octopus. Not the person, I kind of expected something like Gilbert. But, not 8. And apparently, 8 is obsessed with getting this octopus because he needs a certain octopus so he can marry his creator. Which, now that when you put it exactly like that, that does sound kind of incestuous. But I guess it isn't. Or at least I'm not going to think about it that way. But you could. But you shouldn't. And we see, they start to fight a little, and then Hayate is like, I could just give you the octopus because it's an octopus, and we don't have to fight about this. And 8's like, awesome! Usually you're such a jerk to me. And you're just so popular with ladies, I hate you, but you're almost okay. And Hayate's like, at least I didn't have to fight you. Alright, let's get out of here. Then he goes back to the barbecue where everybody's waiting. And he mentions, wow, that wacky 8 always up to something. And, but before that, the mysterious lady comes and is like, you fool, you've broken, you've disrespected the sea by giving that robot the octopus that was not yours to give. For shame. The sea will never love you. And so, yeah, Hayate also shares that part. And Athena is like, the octopus wasn't really yours to give. And that's probably why that lady was angry with you. And Nagi has the audience's reaction was an octopus. That person was just probably crazy. And it was just an octopus. It was better to give that octopus to 8 than fight that crazy robot who always gets a new upgrade every time you fight him. And Hayate's like, no, I gave away something that wasn't mine. That's why that lady was upset with me. I've got to save that octopus. So he goes, and then we see that when 8 has discovered that this isn't the octopus he's looking for. I assume like he had a wedding ring that he was gonna give, to the scientist lady and be like, "Marry me, scientist lady," and he lost the ring, and that's that silhouetted affair that we saw before. It was 8 asking his creator to marry him, and that's why I assume he's looking for the ring, but we'll see what happens. Maybe it's not something like a ring. Maybe it's something that you would consider even more precious than a ring, like some kind of piece of electronic or something. But he's like selling the octopus to this guy who I'm like, is he supposed to be a bad Chinese stereotype? I kind of don't want to know. I'm just hoping he isn't. But he's certainly oddly dressed, and so any of these octopi that 8 finds, he's selling to this guy. So, like, he doesn't accidentally repick up octopi that he's already searched for his missing item. And Hayate's like, I'm gonna make you give back all those octopi. And apparently 8 is powered up by desperation and keeps trying to smash Hayate and gets pretty close, and he's about to land like a killer punch when the lady pops out and single-handedly blocks 8. And then rips off her disguise, and we learn that it is Hayate's brother, and he is just as good as cross-dressing as Hayate is. And he's like, I won't let you do that as a lifesaver. So I'm wondering if 8 is somehow tied into, the destruction of the Life cafe. Maybe like freaking out there that like he lost his ring. That would not surprise me. And, so fun little chapter. Did not expect the lady to actually be Hayate's brother. I expected, like I said last time, that to be Hayate's brother's fiance. Maybe somebody from the manga. Did not expect it to be what it was. So, I guess he was undercover, and that's why he made up like, yes, that person with the scar, they are probably at the unemployment office and then disappeared. That would explain it. But I'm kind of curious to see these brothers team up and meet up 8 and find out his story. But I'm impressed how quickly they got to Hayate's brother. I expected that to be a little more drawn out, but fun that they did it. Once again, wonderful chapter reference. I only hope that we see more Lum references in the future, and once again, more Fate Stay Night references. But more Lum references in the future would be cool. Other than that, man, the cover for this chapter is for everybody who's like, I like Nagi being a lolly, but what if she was lolly-er? Oh, thank you, Athena in a bikini, underwater. Thank you so much. I'm like, no, thank you. No. All right. But still, otherwise, great chapter. Glad to see Kenjiro Hara is reading my mind and putting what I want to see on the page. And when I mean that, I mean Lum references, not Athena in a bikini. But only looking forward to seeing what we get next week. All right, see you guys then.